Hi YouTubers. My power seat to my driver's seat has stopped working, so it won't move, and I'm trying to get it to move. So first thing I went and checked was the fuse. So you come over here, you look in your book of all answers, and it shows you that this 25 amp fuse is the fuse for the power seat. So this fuse is not broken, it's in service, it's continuous. You put it's got two tabs here, two metal tabs poking up. If you bring your voltmeter, set it to tone, you just touch those two nodes sticking out. You don't even have to pull it out. You should hear a beep. When you do that, you know it's continuous. So what I did next was took the voltmeter to the back of the seat here, and you have cables underneath, and you have a certain cable. Where is it? Right here. And this is the main line that comes from the car battery, and I took a voltmeter and put the nodes into here, positive in here, negative in here. Doesn't matter which one, positive here, negative here. And there was no voltage drop. So there's a break in the wire somewhere in this part of it. And so the next thing I did was I ran a wire from the positive line over to the power seat right here. Connected some alligator clips from the positive to the switch underneath, and then tested the seat and found out that the motor was the motors to the seat were still working. So after that, after I determined the cause, I decided to run a new line. So here's the new line I ran. So you have, this is the fuse that's connected to the positive side of the battery, because that's the flow of the DC. It goes from positive to negative. So I went ahead and connected this fuse holder with the new 25 amp fuse to the positive side, and ran a red wire to signify positive to the power seat. And you just have a little connector right here connecting, you know, the fuse holder to the wire. And here's the negative side. So you have the negative side is grounded to the car body. See it right here? So anything touching this, it's like a big node. Anything touching this piece of hunk of metal, it will complete the circuit if it is in fact connected, has a positive terminal as well. So what I did, unhooked the negative right here when I was putting it all together, just as a safety thing. And before I did everything, I cleaned up the terminals real nice. That's why they're so shiny right now. They usually have lots of corrosion. So I cleaned that. And the tools I needed were this for the wire, to cut the wire, the end of the plastic wire off to expose the metal. Here's a set of a wrench to crimp the wire holder and the end of the terminal to the wire. And then this is just to help you get under the seat to plug in the terminal. You got the 8mm to take off the terminals, and this cleans the inside the terminal and on the bottom of the terminal, or the car battery, that is. You got the voltmeter here, set of DC volts at 20, the car battery's 12 volts, so you want it there. A headlight to see in dark places. And so that's the tools I needed. Here's the materials I used. You got the red wire for the positive, the green wire for the ground, and I forgot to show you this, so let me run, show you where I hooked up the ground. I tried to put a ground over here it didn't work because it's not properly grounded. So the next best place was under the steering wheel. You got a green, you should see a green wire connected to this bolt. There's the green wire. Then you got the red wire over here, right there. So then I ran that and hit it through here, and it goes through underneath right here. I'm sorry, let me switch hands. Right here, okay, and then it goes under the carpet. This part pulls off, so it makes it easier to get to. And you got the wires down here. Just make a hole in the carpet, run it through, plug it in. Of course, you got to connect to. Well, let me run back over here. Hold on a second. So then you have these terminals. Let's see if it'll ever focus. Come on. Okay, so here's the terminals that plug in on the end of the wire to connect to that switch. Alright, I'll post some pictures at the end of this so you can see what it looks like. And this is the box for the fuse holder. It calls for mini fuses, so then you got the fuses right here, and the book called for 25 amp fuses. And here's the book. So make a little note when you're doing this. This is a different project. I did this for the power outlets, and that was a 30 amp fuse. But you can draw a picture in your book just to help you find out what you did. And you got some electrical tape and tie wraps, and that's about it. Oh, and some rags to clean off the battery terminals. And there you go. Alligator clips make it easier to when testing. And that's it. Goodbye.